when will we finally stop, like, assuming
Right.
that we know what's going on in someone's life, or we know exactly why they are the way they are, or who they are, and when will we allow them the opportunity to tell us? Because it's a real human with a real brain, with a real mind, with real well-being, with the real emotions, and yes, no matter how successful someone is or whatever it may be, it's hearing things about you that are untrue are just so, like, at the core, just unsettling for any of us. And we know what that feels like at school. We know what that feels like in a family. And
when somebody says something, it's like there's no changing people's minds. It doesn't matter really, what you say. When I was younger, my father was accused of hitting my mother, and even though I knew the real story, when you say something like that about somebody, there's no convincing anybody that that's not the truth and that didn't happen. There are just certain things that people go, I'm not buying it. I saw it for myself. When you're like, if you saw the big picture, you would go, aha, oh, now it makes sense.
It's like watching, I feel like it's like watching a 30 seconds of a movie and deciding who the bad guy is and the good guy is, and why they're in that scenario. And then you're like, all right, well, if you watch the whole movie, or you walk in halfway into the theaters and it doesn't make any sense. And I really feel like This Is Me, this book does that for people who want to understand, what the picture really looks like. And you sadly, you've talked about him throughout, you sadly lost your brother 3 years ago. And you describe him in the book as the heartbreak of my life, always right there in the center of who I am. I wanted to ask you, like, how did losing him change the way you see all of this? Because it feels like the hardest one, even though everything we've talked about is extremely heavy and hard.
Oh yeah. There's nothing in my life that feels like losing my other half, like the other half that was born to be the yin to my yang. And we were so close, and especially being the older sibling, who it's your job to protect them and keep them safe. And not being able to is, heartbreaking doesn't even begin to cover it. I would need a dictionary